Victim,
Trauma.
perpetrator.
Hurt.
I can see a guy on top of a girl and the girl being pinned down.
I see aggression, similar picture, aggression, force, like just someone dominating another person. So like a bigger, like a male on top of a woman, so like a bigger force on top of a smaller force.
Hurt. Victim. Fear. A guy with scars on his face.
Definitely a monster.
I just think first thing I see a male. I don't know about you.
Yeah, and...
Scary looking man.
Exactly.
Yeah, a scary looking man.
Definitely a male figure. But the scary thing about what comes to my mind is that it's usually someone I think is close to me and someone that I trust. Someone with access to you. That's what I see when I see a rapist.
When I hear the word rapist, I think it could be anyone, I guess, in a way that because you're male and all those things, no male will admit that they have the potential of being a rapist or anything like that. But because there's never that moment, that decisive moment that you decide that, hey, I'm going to be a rapist today and all those things, that it could be anybody. It could be your best friend, your father, your uncle. It could be a random stranger. It could be anyone.
There's this blurred line because sometimes no means yes, but sometimes no means no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see female figure allowing actions to be done on her by the male counterpart.
For me, I see it as in the spur of the moment kind of thing, and I think that's where it gets complicated with people saying no and then saying yes and then saying no again a bit later.
Agree. Same page. Yeah.
Two people at a mutual level with each other.
Be on the same page.
Yeah, being on the same page.
When someone makes inappropriate comments about your body, your boobs, your ass, whatever, and you don't say anything because you don't want to be perceived as that person that takes things too serious, that's harassment for me. It's like the subtle things that lead up to the big act that people never want to talk about or express, and people don't know how to address because it's not the same as getting raped. You don't know what to do about it because it's just like, am I wrong? Am I making a big deal out of nothing?
Yeah, exactly what she said.
This is why every woman knows someone that was raped, but no man knows a rapist.
It's frustrating because even if it's your mate or even if it's someone you don't know, you still want to help the person that's in need. You don't want to just overlook the situation because it can get more serious than what it is.
Bystander culture is also after the act has been done. So if a rape survivor comes to you, do you believe them? Do you tell them they're lying? Bystander culture is also police officials, nurses, paramedics. That's also bystander culture.
Just because I am walking down the streets with my shorts does not mean I'm agreeing to you undressing me. I'm agreeing to you to just advance onto me and do as you please without my permission.
I see the boys chilling, talking about girls in a very dehumanizing way. I see pop culture, I see rap culture, I see music videos, I see television shows, I see campus culture, I see clubs.
What we normalize as friends. I think we need to start as friends to say, to call out your friend that is, seeing a woman as an object or something like that. I think we should not normalize that type of behavior. Once it starts with us, I think from then on it will ripple into the next person that you know, the next person that you know. Your best friend got raped by one of your family members.
There isn't enough attention being brought to rapists. Like, there's a lot of attention on victims and they went through this and it's so terrible, but nobody is calling out rapists. And I think if we bring more of the culture of saying let's call out rapists, it's actually going to reveal to us so much, because I think it would reveal to me, first of all, what kind of family I have. It's not just a victim, but this is the rapist and this is what they look like, and it's somebody you know, and it's your uncle and it's your dad, and it's it's somebody that you're familiar with, and see how people react to that.
Comfort her and then obviously give her options of what she needs to do or what she can do, and help her out. Take her to the people that can actually help her if you can't really help her. So yeah.
So seeking justice for her, whether it's a family member or not, wouldn't it be an issue for you? Is that what you're saying?
Because it's rape. Doesn't matter who it comes from.
Another important thing is to remember that even if I want justice for the wrong that has been done, I must never sidestep the person that the justice is for. So it would definitely depend on, from my conversation with my friend, what does she want to do about it? Does she want to open a case? Does she want mob justice, even that we can organize? Does she what does she want out of the whole thing? And then we go with that.
You should understand that when I walk away, this person's life is going to be changed forever. And I think we should act according to that. Whatever action it is, whether you call someone else, whether you call security, I say just know that the person that you're leaving behind is never going to be the same again.
Some situations are just dangerous, and then you end up getting hurt or dying, and you don't really help much in the end.
So it's basically sometimes it's actually good to mind your own business, but then if you can help out someone, then that's when you can actually speak out.
What happens to me after this, I guess, the same fear that the victim would have when it comes to reporting the crime and still fear the perpetrator. We don't know that should I enter that situation, because I've seen that situation, I might not come out alive, or we both might not come out alive.
We once saw that video on Twitter that went viral once of a guy who told his friends that he got raped, and his friends were laughing at him saying, dude, guys don't get raped. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. You just never know. Even the police, you tell the police that this is what happened, they laugh at you, they say, come on, man up.
As much as we say men feel entitled to women's bodies, women feel entitled to male attention as well. And we don't talk about how that in itself is a form of harassment. I mean, we just assume that all boys like sex, all kinds of sex. Boys can't say no. Like, if I want to sit on your face, that's what we're doing. How dare you say no because you're a man and you're a lover of sex? Like, we don't give men the same leeway to give consent as the leeway we expect as women.
Like a form of forced consent where a person, especially with young girls, where you might get that the girl is a virgin, and then a guy constantly asks her, like, rather begs her, like, can we do it, please? And she actually does that to get him off her back, and where it ends up with the girl actually regretting, for example, breaking her virginity, or just generally having sex with a guy that she actually in the first place did not intend to. And I also understand that it can be harder for guys, because like some girls like playing hard to get, so you don't know, like, is this girl playing hard to get, or is she actually does she actually not want to do it? So like where do you actually figure out that I'm actually pushing her too far now?
Most people don't know that there's something called stealthing, when you're having sex with someone and then at some point the person wearing the condom, in most cases the guy, takes it off and continues having raw sex with the person. You can press charges because that's technically is rape.
But also counter stealth when the guy actually pokes holes into the condoms and he's like, I bring my hole, and then jiggy, it has holes on it, and don't come out. Also, if he just tears it in between because he's having that sex together.
That there is such a thing as soft power. So soft power is, as opposed to the aggressive, I'll grab you and force you into intercourse, it'll be I will persuade you into doing something that you didn't want to do. So if at first I'm like, if we get into it, we get intimate, and then in the middle of the act I'm like, actually this isn't what I want to do, and then you're like, no, but baby, come on, we've been together for a long time, and you persuade someone into having sex, which is the kind of rape that people don't talk about, which is consensual rape, using that sort of I will talk you into changing your mind.
In situations of virgins, I'll just put in the tip. We all know that never happens. Most girls lose their virginity like that, and it was just a thing of, yeah, we've been together for a while now, just prove how much you love me and let's have sex. That still in itself is rape, and people normalize the fact that would see, if it's out here getting cloudy and someone says come through and chill and watch a movie on my laptop, we are bound to have sex. And sometimes I didn't agree to all of that. I just thought we were innocently gonna watch a movie on your laptop and probably eat noodles.